I need to talk about a show that changed television, made by a man who I cannot defend. That sentence alone is going to lose me some of you. Stay with me anyway. The Cosby Show ran from 1984 to 1992. For most of that run, it was the #1 show in America. It put a black family on screen as doctors and lawyers, as a normal, loving, funny household at a time when television rarely allowed that. It opened doors for a different world, for family matters, for an entire generation of black creators who came after it. And the man at the center of it was later convicted of sexual assault. That conviction was overturned in 2021, not because a court decided he was innocent, but because of a procedural deal with a former prosecutor. Since then, civil juries have found him liable more than once, including a $59 million verdict in March of this year. Both of those things are true at the same time. This video is about sitting with that discomfort instead of running from it. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. Cultural impact and personal conduct are not the same measurement, and we are allowed to hold both without collapsing one into the other. The Cosby Show did not become historically important because Bill Cosby was a good man. It became important because of what it put on screen at a specific moment for a specific audience that had almost never seen itself represented that way. I lived through the era this show aired in. I remember what television looked like before it, and I remember what it felt like to see the Huxtable family in living rooms across this country, week after week, normalized in a way black families almost never were on network TV. That impact is not erased by what we later learned about the man who created and starred in it. But it is not excused by it either. The mistake people make on both sides of this conversation is trying to resolve the tension instead of naming it. One camp wants to cancel the show entirely, act like it never mattered, scrub it from the conversation. The other camp wants to defend the man in order to protect the show. Neither of those positions is honest. You can acknowledge harm done to real women. More than 60% of them came forward over the years, and still acknowledge that a piece of culture had a real, lasting, positive effect on the people who watched it. That's not a contradiction. That's just what it means to look at something complicated and refuse to flatten it. Look at what happened with A Different World. That show only exists because the Cosby Show succeeded first, and it went on to influence real college enrollment decisions for Black students. Historians and educators have written about that effect for decades. That happened. It's documented. It doesn't get undone by anything Bill Cosby did in his personal life. Look at the reaction from his own former cast. Phylicia Rashad, his co-star for 8 seasons, publicly celebrated when his conviction was overturned in 2021, then walked it back within hours after backlash, saying she fully supports survivors and didn't mean to be insensitive to their experience. That reaction, the celebration, and the immediate correction tells you how hard even the people closest to this show have found it to sit with the same contradiction I'm asking you to sit with right now. Look at the legal record itself. A criminal conviction overturned on a due process technicality, not a finding of innocence. Multiple civil juries since then, in separate cases with separate accusers, finding him liable. That's not one disputed accusation. That's a pattern the legal system has weighed in on more than once, through more than one process, with more than one outcome pointing the same direction. None of that requires you to throw out what the show meant. It just requires you to stop pretending the man and the material are the same thing. I'm not telling you how to feel about this. I'm telling you that you're allowed to feel more than one thing at once, and that pretending otherwise is what's kept this conversation so shallow for so long. Tell me where you land. Can a show matter culturally while the man behind it is credibly, repeatedly accused of real harm? Can both of those things be true without one canceling out the other? I want the real answer, not the easy one. If you want more conversations that don't take the easy way out, subscribe, because that's what this channel is for.